Good afternoon and welcome to Lunchtime News on TV1. For the Newsfirst team, I am Jamal Ratnayaka. As always, we have compiled all of the top stories from here at home and across the globe. Before that, let's start off with a look at headlines. Parliament reconvenes after being adjourned for 50 minutes following a heated debate. Three accomplices of organised criminals Makandure Madush and D. Manju arrested in Wattala. Judge recuses himself from appearing for the contempt of court case against Sarath and Silva. In our lead story for this afternoon, parliamentary sessions were temporarily suspended this morning for 15 minutes following a heated debate. According to our parliamentary correspondent Amarasri Bandara, the tense situation arose when the Speaker was delivering a response to the statement made by the President in Parliament yesterday on the conduct of the Constitutional Assembly. However, when the Speaker was making the statement, opposition MPs had claimed the statement made by the President cannot be criticised and they cannot accept the statement made by the Speaker. In more news now, the case filed against former Chief Justice Sarath and Silva over contempt of court is to be taken up on the 8th of May. The case was taken up today before Supreme Court Justices Priyantha Jayawardena, Murthu Fernando and EAGA Amarasekara. Judge Priyantha Jayawardena informed the Supreme Court today that he will recuse himself, citing personal reasons. President's counsel Upul Jayasuriya, appearing for the petitioners, raised an objection when Sarath and Silva, dressed in civil attire, attempted to take a seat in one of the chairs allocated for counsel. The petition alleges Sarath and Silva committed contempt of court when he made a statement at a rally organised by the National Collective Organisation in Maradana on the 3rd of December 2018. The petition was filed by Professor Chandragupta Tenwara and two others. The annual sports meet of the Al Amin Muslim School in Gal Oluwa Minuwangoda was held yesterday. Governor of the Western Province Asad Sali attended the sports meet as the chief guest. While the religious places of worship are guiding the people and developing the country, the children should be protected from the drug menace. Various types of narcotic substances are brought into the country. These are given to our children. We cannot wait and watch. We all have a duty to stop this and destroy these. The President has taken steps to eradicate this. We will eradicate this completely. We can do this with your support. While still looking at political news, let's now take a look at the views expressed by member of the Uva Provincial Council, Samantha Vidyaratna, at a meeting held in Badulla. We can clearly see the main issue this government is facing. That is the functioning of the government. They are trying to create a national government. The people of this country will not assist in creating it. Ranil Wickremesinghe does not possess a moral right to do such a thing. When the number of cabinet ministers increase, that burden will be on the people. We cannot allow this. They call themselves the good governance government, but they do not have good governance even within themselves. They should provide the people with a chance to vote at a parliamentary election and at a provincial election. Ranil is afraid to contest for an election. Even Mahinda is afraid. Although Maitri speaks fearlessly, even he is afraid. If not, there is no other obstacle to hold an election. Three known associates of notorious underworld leader Makandure Madush and deceased underworld figure D. Manju were arrested in an early morning raid in Wattala by the police special task force. A senior STF officer said 20 pills of a controlled substance known as ice were seized from the possession of the suspects. The STF will hand over the suspects to the Police Narcotics Bureau after interrogating them at length. Attorney at Law Lal Vijay Nayaka convened a media briefing in Kandy. All 225 members of Parliament approved the process of constitutional reforms. It was decided in Parliament that a constitutional council should be appointed. This is the first time in history that a constitutional reform is being carried out through multiple parties. There are representatives from all parties in that constitutional council. Through this process, we have been able to persuade the TNA to accept that this is a unitary state. Mahinda Rajapaksa said they will provide 13+. They say they do not need 13+ and to provide 13. Sumandiran does not only make speeches in the north, he also does so in the south. He repeats the same story wherever he goes. We make the same speech that we make in the north. We have received a golden opportunity to provide the people with equal rights to create a constitution which would be accepted by all factions of society and one which would build Sri Lankan identity. That is our ultimate objective and our vision. The biggest sacrifice we could make for the country right now is to act truthfully without deceiving the people. Do we need a new constitution? Vote now on www.peoplepower.lk. That is www.peoplepower.lk. The West Australian reported a man has been charged over the murder of his Sri Lankan wife in Australia. 40-year-old Darshika Nilmini Kudligama Vitana could not be saved when paramedics were called to the unit she shared with her husband and alleged killer Upendra Padmasri Ihalaheva at about 9 a.m. on Sunday. 44-year-old husband was remanded to a secure psychiatric facility on Monday after being charged with murder. The charge was read to Ihalaheva during a brief court appearance, but he was not required to enter a plea. He will appear in court again next week. In more local news, an illicit liquor brewery in Kandana was raided by the Kandana police this morning. The illicit liquor brewery was maintained in a marshy land near the Uswatta area in Kandana. 17 barrels of spirit and 3,200 litres of Goda have been found along liquor brewing equipments. One suspect has been arrested and is due to be produced before the Negombo Magistrates Court today. A silent protest was carried out by the patients as well as the residents who arrived at the Dehiyatta Kandiya Base Hospital demanding that the basic facilities be granted to the hospital. Protesters point out that there is a shortage of medicine and that there are no facilities for kidney patients. They charge that the number of ambulances do not suffice and that there is an issue with regard to the workers of the hospital as well. They also charge that they do not have adequate buildings. The protest, which commenced at 7 this morning, ended without a solution. The promotional activities of Sports First Alliance Platinum Award 2018 is being carried out for the 23rd consecutive day today. The Sports First Alliance Platinum Awards 2018 focuses on sports personalities who have excelled locally and internationally between the years 2017 and 2018. 20 awards will be presented at the grand event, while the Lifetime Platinum Award will also be presented. The promotional activities of the event was carried out today at the St. Thomas's College in Mathura. The promotional activities are being carried out with the support of the Ministry of Sports and Education. The principal of St. Thomas's College Mathura, W.B. Piyatissa, and the Mathura Assistant Zonal Education Director, H.M. Chandrakumara, attended the promotional activities. Officials of the Capital Maharaja Organisation Limited and Alliance also attended the event. Baseball, football and rugby was introduced to the school sportsmen and women in the Mathura district. Hasanti Madhumali of Sujata Balika Vidyalaya in Mathura won the award for the best sports personality in the district. Rohan Rian of Rahula College in Mathura won the silver, while Ivanti Imeshika of St. Mary's Convent in Mathura won bronze. 4 Sri Lankan players left for South Africa this morning to participate in the upcoming Test Tour. Milinda Sirivardana, Kaushal Silla, Oshada Fernando and Mohammad Shiraz left the island this morning. Angelo Pereira and Lasit Ambuldenia, who are also named in the squad, are due to leave in the coming days as well. The rest of the squad left for South Africa soon after the conclusion of the Australia tour. The selectors have dropped Dinesh Chandimal, Dilron Pereira and Roshan Silva from the squad. Dimut Karunaratne has been named captain. The first test gets underway on the 13th in Durban. With that, we bring to a close this edition of Lunchtime News on TV1. For the Newsfirst team, I am Zaimal Ratnayaka. Take care and good afternoon.